Jim Kremitis. I am so excited to have you join us today to talk about your new adventure. Now, of course, you and I met when you were the executive director of ACRP.
That's right.
And now you have some new fabulous thing happening, and I would love for you to tell everyone about it.
Okay. Well, it's another acronym. It's AMRC, which is the Association of Multisite Research Corporations.
Okay.
And the reason we wanted to use that type of a name is we wanted to segment ourselves. We're part of what you would consider a site network organization, right? But these organizations are wholly owned. They own the investigator sites, and they have multiple sites around mostly the United States at this point. Some even have a few sites outside the United States. We have 14 members currently, and we may add a few more here and there, and we're completely self-funded. The idea is to advocate for the benefits and help people understand what some of the advantages are of using these type of organizations when they conduct their clinical trials.
That's great. And with 14 organizations, I assume you're always looking to add more. But right now, what are you looking to advocate for?
Yeah.
And I'll say that I saw that on your webinar the other day, you had Doug Petticord from ACRO there as well. So it seems like you're trying to build alliances.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the thing is, there's so many opportunities for improvement in this industry, but the idea is if we could shift from a paradigm where sites are selected one at a time, in various locations and contracted one at a time in various locations, to a paradigm where you have a couple of organizations where maybe you take 15 sites from each of those organizations, you sign one contract and you get 15 sites. You sign two contracts, you have now 30 sites, and if you need 10 more, great. You select those, maybe they're academic sites, maybe they're individual sites somewhere that you really want to have a presence because of the population that practice attracts. So it's a little different way of looking at the business, and we think it helps streamline, or will help streamline, the speed and the operational efficiency of getting clinical research completed.
That's great. I mean, clinical research has become so expensive and it's so complex. Are there any things that the sites are looking to solve at this point as a first problem?
Already I'm starting to hear some of the potential concerns that sponsors have.
Okay.
One of those concerns is quality, which makes perfect sense in terms of we're all concerned about quality at all times. Their concern is that because these are held by for-profit organizations, that perhaps there will be things that are cut back. I push back on that notion, but we have to prove that we do provide not only good quality, but better quality. And the reason is because we have people who are dedicated to certain roles, and the infrastructure is there, and we're only focused on clinical research. These organizations or these companies are focused on clinical research, not necessarily clinical practice, so they're not juggling those two type of business operations. They're focused on clinical research, and they hire people that are professionals at conducting the various roles within the infrastructure.
So I'm so interested. This group comes together, there's always so much energy around initiatives. What are some of your first exciting things you wanted to conquer?
Yeah, great question. Well, first of all, there are two areas where we think these organizations can offer benefits to sponsors, CROs, and ultimately patients and clinicians, and that is speed and quality, okay? So with speed, one of the initiatives we would like to do is to prove that we can do things faster. We need to get some data analytics around site startup timelines, first patient in, retention rates, whatever the things are that are important to sponsors from a speed and operational efficiency perspective. We want to find how we can capture data that shows how these organizations function or perform relative to what I'll call business as usual, the traditional model of site selection and site startup. Okay, so that's one. We need to get those data. The other thing we want to focus on is the quality of the work that they do, because we've had some pushback about, you're a for-profit organization, maybe you're going to cut costs and cut corners, and is that going to lead to poor quality? Of course, our counter argument to that is, well, not really, because if you look at it from the other side, these are dedicated research organizations. They're not juggling a clinical practice too. The people they hire are professionals at each individual job. Of course the PI, of course the study coordinators, but also data management, quality assurance, etc., contracting, you name it. So the infrastructure is there within these organizations, whereas in other sites it may or may not be there. There may be one person doing all of those jobs, if you see what I mean.
Yes.
So the point is we want to somehow quantify or show that in some type of a study as well. So those studies are the first things we want to do so we can actually prove our value.
Well, I'm so glad you're doing that. You're trying to go for your processes being more efficient,
Yeah.
making sure you have quality or you don't stay in business.
Clinical research is a team sport.
Yes.
From the gleam in a scientist's eye to writing the protocol, to selecting the sites, to executing the protocol, to analyzing the data, et cetera, writing it up and submitting it. There are so many organizations and people who touch that process. And I firmly believe that as an industry, one of the things we really need to do is to streamline that entire process through better communication, through more professionalism in each of the roles. If you think about a football team, you don't ask the quarterback to play defensive tackle, right? And you don't ask the center to be a safety. I mean, you have to have the right people in the right role who are professionals at that specific role. And that's one of the things we're excited about with this new association is our members, that's exactly what they're doing. They're selecting professionals to fit in each one of those roles as it relates to the conduct of the protocol or executing the protocol.
Yes, and I often see that these are the sites as well. Well, a lot of sites have certified clinical research professionals. The coordinators and the PIs and everyone else can be certified, and that's another way of saying we believe in quality, we believe in knowing your ICH guidelines and following through. And it really is run then as a professionalization of our industry, which is what we've been working, you and I and many others have worked on for a very long time.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. Well, and it's so part of it's the staffing, part of it is, of course, the infrastructure of the staffing, part of it is the SOPs, the quality assurance within that organization. So there's the personnel element, but there's also other things such as technology and knowing how to use the technology. And just knowing how to interact well with patients, building relationships with patients. It's very important.
Yes.
So.
Yes. In fact, I think the sites that do that best, they have such great patient retention because they understand what it means to present yourself to a patient and how to help them through the process, and they are part of the bigger picture of clinical research.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Jim. I really appreciate your time. I'm so excited to follow you everywhere to see what happens with this group.
Thank you. Well, we have a good group of folks, so I'm excited as well.
You really do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Christine.